So we'll start again.
Okay.
Okay, thanks for coming, Linda. If you don't mind giving your name and how you came here to Milwaukie and your parents and that kind of information.
So I came here in 1966 with my parents, and we lived at 30th and Myrtle Street, which is right near the Milwaukie Marketplace. Lived there first until 1972, and then we moved down to 25th and Monroe Street next to the St. John's Church, where I finished out my adulthood.
Mm-hmm. And your parents came here?
My parents came from California in 1960, and we lived in Oregon City, and then we had a farm up there, and then we came off the hill in 1966. So
I see.
Yeah.
So your parents were farmers to begin with?
They were more ranchers. We had horses and we had some cattle, and my dad had an actual job, but we had acreage up there, and my brothers and sisters and I were up there. So yeah.
Up where?
Up in Beaver Creek.
Oh, Beaver Creek.
Yeah,
I see. Yeah, that was probably pretty much just land.
It was.
Yeah. And you went to what schools here?
I went to Milwaukie Elementary and Milwaukie Junior High and Milwaukie High School. I graduated Milwaukie High School in 1981. So.
And then did you go to something else, or you went directly to a job?
No, I went to Clackamas Community College for a term, and then I got a full-time job in Portland, and a few years later got married, and still was in Milwaukie. I met my husband in Milwaukie, Albertsons on McLaughlin, and lived with him, and every husband since then I've lived in Milwaukie with.
Things happen.
They do. So, I've seen lots of changes, and I've seen lots of things happen, some good, some not so good.
What would you say is the better things that changed here in Milwaukie?
Well, definitely the freeway system. 224 has been a very nice. I remember playing on it in 1969 when they were building it. My dad and I would fly kites out there, and we'd see the construction vehicles. So I actually saw my street become a dead end, and all of the construction at 224. So that was fun, and my childhood, and we had that sandlot kind of street where everybody played with everybody else, and that was good. We had Candyland in downtown Milwaukie we used to go to, and so those are the good things. The Max coming through, not so much. I don't think our town is big enough to sustain a Max system, and I don't think it serves the purpose it should. A lot of development, a lot of green spaces going away. I really enjoy, being able to go by a field and know what used to be there, and now these 5-story apartments going up. I'm kind of old school. I like the small town feel of Milwaukie, and I'd like it to stay that way. And all the construction is I know it's necessary for progress, but I don't like it.
Yeah. It might not even just be progress. It could just be there's more people on the earth nowadays.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And so the best was in the past, and the present is all bad?
No, it's not all bad. I mean, we need to have progress for our children, but I like to take my grandchildren to where I went to when I was a child, and a lot of those places are no longer around. I took my children to Perry Pharmacy not too long ago, and we had ice cream sundaes there, and so that was really nice. We got to sit on the benches or the stools that I used to do as a kid and drink green phosphates, and just hang out at the counter, and so those are things that were fun. We go to the new candy store Enchanted instead of Candyland, because Candyland.
That's the same people that own it.
Oh, okay, and I didn't know that, and it's a fun place, but it's not the same as buying the penny candy in the front window of the store. And
I don't think there's such a thing as penny candy anymore.
No.
But it's the same family.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
They just went a little more professional with the chocolate.
Sure.
How many children do you have?
I have one child, and I have 2 grandchildren, and then I have a bunch of stepchildren and step-grandchildren.
All right. Nice.
Yeah.
So, what was your maiden name?
Belle. Linda Bell.
Say it again.
Bell. Ding dong.
B-E-L-L?
Ding dong. Linda Bell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Any relationship to Bell Avenue?
No, because my parents came up here in 1960, so we have no ties here. All my ties are in California, Southern California. So,
Southern? Where?
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
La Hambra, Pasadena. They're all
So real L.A. area.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. So, and over time, I have half brothers and sisters. They've moved up here and stayed. So I don't have any blood brothers and sisters. I have half brothers and sisters, and so there's his and hers, and I'm ours.
That's great.
So, yeah.
So your grandparents came from?
My grandmother came from North Dakota, and my grandparents, my father's side, were in Michigan, and he served in World War II under Patton, and so.
Where?
In Sicily and North Africa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That was heavy fighting.
It was, yeah. He was in the Kasserine Pass, and so.
Yeah.
That's where Rommel came.
My dad in World War II was in Australia.
That was he must have been a pilot.
No, they were trying to do an experiment and see if they could have horses in the war.
Oh, my.
And the answer was no.
Yeah. Right. They don't swim too well across the Pacific.
But he sure had a lot of fun.
Oh, my.
Yeah, my dad was in the Navy in Hawaii when they had.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Was he in Pearl Harbor? He was in Pearl Harbor? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
He was one of the lucky ones.
Yeah.
I've been to that monument. It is very surreal. Yeah. If you get a chance
it's eerie.
If you get a chance to go, you need to go because it is well worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let's see, the reason we're doing this is to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the city.
Oh, okay.
20th anniversary.
Thank you. I'll bring it to 10. The museum is doing 10 years. The city's doing 120th anniversary.
I went to school with Madeline Bull's daughter, Regina.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
So did you visit the museum back in the day?
No, I did not.
Oh.
I've only been to the museum because my husband, who's also born and raised in Milwaukie, decided he wanted to become a member. So that's why I've been to these events and been to the great. I take my grandchildren to the juggler and the little the clown.
Fun?
Oh, so much fun! Yeah, I bought one of those plastic chairs that kind of pull out. I sat down and the chair broke, and Greg came and helped me up. I got my husband and said, "Hey, your wife's down in the backyard."
Yeah, and it's so nice under the trees.
Oh, it was a lot of fun. They had a great time. I love it that they have events here for the kids.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Like the library.
Yeah.
That's one thing Milwaukie seems to be doing really great is programs for kids.
Yeah, they even have out at Camp Withycam, they have like a story time for kids. I think it's on Friday afternoons.
Oh, really?
And so my husband is an ex-employee out there. He was in the military for 28 years. So he's got a lot of... He needs to be sitting here too because he has lots of history and from a different perspective than I do.
Sure, but we need both perspectives.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so if you wanted to say happy birthday to the city of Milwaukie, and anything else you want to say?
Well, I'm proud to be born and raised in Milwaukie. I think it's a great city, and I hope that leadership can go forward and continue to make it a great city and not make us a arm of Portland.
Or Selwood.
I'm very happy that there are volunteers to maintain the history of Milwaukie through the Milwaukie Museum. Actually, I have been here once when Madeline ran it, but it was back in I think the late 80s, early 90s, and I've seen the change from what it used to look like to now, and they've just done a stellar job. And I love the upstairs, and you get a chance to come here and do it because it's well worth it.
So say happy birthday, Milwaukie.
Happy birthday, Milwaukie. Happy birthday, Milwaukie Museum, and thank you very much.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank